Have you ever wondered what would happen if a tiny, seemingly harmless girl was actually one of the most powerful beings on the planet? Well, that's exactly what we have with Tatsumaki, the tornado of terror. Imagine a woman just 4'7", tall, with a teenage face and a temper more explosive than dynamite. But don't be fooled. Behind this appearance is the S-Class Rank 2 heroine of the Hero Association, possessing psychic powers capable of tearing entire cities from the ground. Tatsumaki isn't the type to ask for permission or try to get along with anyone. With her tight black dress and emerald green eyes, she makes quite an entrance and quickly shows why she's known as the Tornado of Terror. Anyone who dares to call her brat or midget will discover firsthand what it means to have an entire city thrown at their head. But behind this explosive personality lies a story that few know. Since childhood, Tatsumaki went through traumatic experiences that shaped who she is today. Overprotective of her younger sister Fubuki, she developed a distorted view of what it means to care for someone you love. The result? A complicated relationship between the two most powerful esper sisters in the world. Speaking of power, you have no idea what this tiny girl is capable of. Ever imagine someone who can stop a rain of alien missiles as if they were paper balls, or who can lift an entire city with just the power of her mind? Well, that's just a normal day at work for Tatsumaki. She's so strong that most monsters who face other S-Class heroes are barely a warm-up for her. But it's not all roses in the garden of terror. All this strength came at a price. Tatsumaki grew up believing she couldn't trust anyone but herself. The words of her mentor, Blast, still echo in her mind today. Don't expect someone to come save you. And so she lives, rejecting help even when she clearly needs it. The most ironic thing is that despite being practically invincible, Tatsumaki suffers from such a massive superiority complex that it prevents her from seeing her own limitations. She's like that person who thinks they're always right and can't admit when they're wrong, except with enough power to cause an earthquake when contradicted. And don't think she's just out there destroying monsters. Tatsumaki takes her work as a heroine very seriously. While other S-Class heroes can choose their missions, she accepts any call from the association. In fact, she gets bored when there are no monsters to defeat. Imagine having so much power that you need to hunt giant creatures just to pass the time. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Tatsumaki is how perfectly she represents that saying, "Appearances can be deceiving." In a world where the strongest heroes are usually muscular men or giant cyborgs, she proves that true power has nothing to do with physical appearance. Beneath all this superhuman strength and difficult personality is a woman who chose to use her powers to protect others, even after everything she's been through. She may not be the most sympathetic or sociable heroine, but no one can deny that the world is a safer place with her around. And so remains the question that won't be silenced. Could it be that the real monster Tatsumaki needs to face isn't out there destroying cities, but inside herself, preventing her from lowering her barriers and trusting others? And you, what would you do if you had so much power in your hands?